bookstore. Are you the one who called ahead? You are. Okay. You gave me the list of genres and asked me if there was anything I could recommend to you. Well, I did. I grabbed a few things off the shelf. Well, more than a few things off the shelf. And, I guess we can just go through a few of them now, if you want. Yeah, take a look. Alright. Let's see, which one should we do first? Let's get the fiction out of the way first, because I think I have more fiction than nonfiction. Book number 1 is Utopia by Thomas More, and it is a book written in the late 1800s, and it was kind of an experimental book. Thomas More wanted to write about what a utopia would kind of be like, or what his idea of a utopia was, and how there were actually flaws with any idea of a utopia. I personally am about halfway through the book right now, and he kind of just looks from a fictional point of view at what a utopia would look like, and how would it work, and what its flaws would be, and how it wouldn't really be a utopia. And the story is told from the point of view of a sailor who went to this utopia and lived there, and then comes back to England and is explaining his story. So it's almost like a third-person diary of sorts, just telling the story of this sailor and what it was like for him on this utopian island. Really good read. A bit difficult if you have trouble with Old English, because this edition is in how it was written, Old English, these, but once you kind of get used to that, it's very easy. And this one's also annotated with information about background, about references they make in the story, so it'll be easier to follow. The next one is actually 2 books. It's the first two in a series. Number 1 is Hater. This is a story about just an average guy. He's married and he has a kid, and he's kind of just drifting through life, sort of, until a disease breaks out that causes everyone to go into a rage and attack those who are not infected. And imagine like 28 Days Later, if you've ever seen that movie. It's kind of like that, but it's very visceral, and it's very aggressive, and it's simple, brutal, precise writing, and it's really good. Definitely not for the faint of heart. It gets pretty brutal, especially in the second book, which is called Dog Blood. Pretty title. And it doesn't shy away from describing some pretty messed up things, but it's a great read and really engrossing. So, check these 2 out. Get both of them today. You can just go right through one, right on to the next. And there's a 3rd book coming out, and I actually think, it's being made into a movie. So, look out for that. Let's see, do I have any other fiction books here? Yes, I do. The Electric Church by Jeff Summers. It is about a hitman named Avery Cates in the future attacks on people just to get by. And there's a religion called the Electric Church, and basically what they do is they take away your humanity, and you live forever, but you're just a monk who's programmed to preach to people about your religion. And Avery realizes that the monks, the Electric Church, is actually forcibly converting people. So they kill them and then make them into monks. Do you like sci-fi? You do? Have no problem with it? Okay, because it's a mix between kind of a gritty crime drama and a sci-fi action story. Really well done. If you have a problem with language, like harsh language at all, I don't suggest getting this one, because Avery Cates drops the F-bomb about every 2 sentences, because apparently that's how they talk in the future. I don't know. But yeah, the Electric Church, Jeff Summers, got that one. And one more fiction. This hefty volume is The House of Leaves. And this is a really, really, really good book. It's just, I can't really tell you anything about it because it would ruin it. It's very much a mystery, and me really telling you anything about it would ruin it, and I couldn't even explain it to you if I tried. It's just, yeah, it's one of those books. You gotta read it to believe it, but it is excellent, and it's worth getting through. It starts out a bit slow, but it picks up real nice, and I think you'll really enjoy this one. I'm gonna put this in the preferred pile, just so you know, just because I really think you'll like that one. And then you asked me about non-fiction, one more fiction left, I forgot all about it. Unholy Night. This one, I just got into reading this one. We just got a few of them in stock. It's, comes in this crazy cloth-esque kind of cover. It's actually really nice. And it is the story, it's by Seth Grahame-Smith, who, if you don't know, wrote Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter, and Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. So you should check those out also. We have those in stock too. And this is his newest book. And it is a fiction story that puts the 3 wise men that go to Jesus Christ at his birth and says and posits that they are actually 3 murderous convicts escaping the Judean army. And it's really interesting. If you're religious, don't worry. It's not blasphemous. It's actually surprisingly very respectful to the Bible and all that. But it's just a great alternate history book. What if the 3 wise men weren't kings, but were just stumbled upon this big moment in history? So again, a really nice volume, really good, really engrossing read. And I think you'd enjoy that one if you like alternate history type of sci-fi stuff. And it's also crazy violent. Like, it gets pretty graphic at a few parts. For a story that involves Jesus, who knew? Okay, that is the last of the fiction that I grabbed off the shelf for you. You can look around if you want and, look for more. That's what I kind of got from what you said. And then you said you're interested in psychology and politics and nonfiction in general, right? Okay, well, I grabbed a couple things. More than a couple. Who's to say? And let's just get it right into it. Number 1, for the politics, Libertarianism from A to Z by Jeffrey A. Moran, who is an economics teacher at Harvard. issue you could think of and gives the libertarian viewpoint on it. I myself am a libertarian, so I might be a bit biased in recommending this book to you, but it is, if you've ever wondered about libertarianism or heard it but didn't really know what it was, this is a great volume. It's quick, it's small, precise, really well written. It's really something anybody could pick up and understand once they're done exactly what libertarianism is and what all that is. So if you've ever been interested in that, I recommend picking this one up. In that same vein, we've got Liberty Defined, 50 Essential Issues that Affect Our Freedom. This one's by Ron Paul. He ran for president, didn't get it, but, what are you going to do? He's a libertarian also. This is kind of like A to Z, but it's his point of view on these issues. Really well written again. If you've seen him on TV, you've ever wondered about him, or wondered what his views on things are, pick this up. Don't let the media tell you what to think. Well, I sounded like a hippie, but maybe I am, who knows. Pick this up, read it. It's a #1 New York Times bestseller. It's great. I read it. I'm wearing his t-shirt right now. It's just a really good book. Pick it up if you want to.